And I got a message.
I got a notification.
Look at that.
See how long it takes to load up. We got a few people showing up. That's good. We'll be
Guess who's back? Back again. And it's Jeff Caffrey's personal meeting room on YouTube. It's called the Blue Oyster Club.
That's what I get for
Whoa.
Not checking on that. Anyways.
Way to go, a-hole. No,
anyway, that's fine. We can edit that name later.
We can edit it later. But anyway, ladies and germs, welcome to episode 5.
Part 5.
Part 5, not episode.
Part 5,
I've been
episode, chapter. Okay. Of Obi-Wan Kenobi watch along. My name is Spencer. I am back. I'm off the vid. I'm off Italy. I am back here with you guys where I belong. And producing tonight, we got Senor Jefe over there. That way.
The other way.
Shake, Sonora.
It should be enough.
Yes. The Insta Twits are here. How you doing, guys? Hey, Ashley.
Somebody turned on.
We got.
It always does that when I first turn it on. Never mind.
The Many Faces of Darth Spencer T-shirt, Dave.
Freezes, not faces. Freezes.
That too.
That's what you do.
Yes, freezes.
Awesome Spencer is my favorite.
Yes, that was actually I kind of laughed when I first saw that one. Wait, Bryce says he can't hear anything.
What?
Oh, neither can Melissa.
Okay. I tried something that I didn't sure if it was going to work or not. And I think it didn't. I chose Zoom audio device thinking that would help.
Ooh.
Audio. And if it didn't, then
do we have to stop and restart?
Yeah, we'll have to let me see if there's a way to adjust that now. I don't think so. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to kill it and come right back. So I wonder if it's giving us captions, even though they can't hear us. All right, we will be back.
I said, please hold. Jeff, press the red button.
All right, so let me kill a couple of things here. Let me do this one first.
But so you don't have to kill the YouTubes because we have sound on the YouTube because I was there.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
So because it's going through the thing and the thing comes through the other thing.
Right. Okay, so we're ending this right now.
So people on the YouTube, hi, we're there, but we'll be back on Facebook in a minute.
And
after these messages, we'll be right back.
I'm gonna do this.
Dave, did you see the Serpentor Funko that I tagged you?
Yes, I did. I don't collect Funkos, Spencer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't collect Funkos. That's right. I showed them to you in Chicago, and then you went back and bought the flock chrysanthemum.
I know.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, have you seen this one? Look at this one.
The mark. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Oh, nice. Very cool. All right, so none of that Zoom audio device thing. No line in, no digital in, just the webcam, right? That's what I had done before.
Yep. That's it. Ooh.
Oh, people get to see the behind the scenes. Crazy. I deleted the video. All right.
It just gave me like a.
Let's make sure this stuff is set right. Come on. Click that.
Right. You bloody well, right.
Do that. All right. Okay. That's good. Start share, mute notification, Zoom meeting. Hello, Zoom meeting.
Hello.
Go live. And we're going live. Wait, add title. It wants me to add a title, so what the heck?
Yes, you can give it a title. Title it all you want.
Should have gave the other part a title, the one that's actually working. And we're going live in 3, 2, 1, and hopefully we're back.
3, 2, 1, contact.
On. Well, we're going. It says it's
oh my
starting.
God.
Give us a second here. Up there, we should be live now.
And the role of Mike is played by
Okay.
April. I can't find the link.
Yeah, the link disappeared, unfortunately. All right, so we're good now. And we're back on Facebook. Good to see people.
Hi, peoples. Well, back. Take 2 for Obi-Wan Part 5. Anyway, a lot of good things are going on as we, we are getting ready for going back to our originally scheduled program next week, which means that we're opening up posts back to pre-celebration conditions.
Star Wars free for all.
But
Except no
asterisks,
memes.
don't break
No
the
memes.
rules. No
No
memes.
memes.
Yes.
No mean.
You can hear. Yes. Aha.
That's great.
So
Technology is
get ready
amazing.
for that. Also, we did announce on Tuesday night 4/6/23. That's the date to hold. 4/6/23.
No matter where you are. Oh, wait.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it could be. You could celebrate it anywhere. I'm sure there will be parts that are streamed. There were parts of the last one streamed.
Absolutely. And then there might be because from what
People
this is
there might do a
gathering
better
is
job than the ones that
I don't know. So I think that we're gonna have a dual continental staffs running that week. So I think that we could have a whole bunch of different shenanigans going abound.
Yeah.
But I hope everybody had a wonderful thing. Not thinking, whoa, celebration. I hope everybody had an incredible time at Bunta. A lot of us are still recovering from Bunta, but it was absolutely banana. For those who were not with us on Tuesday night, Dave, it was your first Bunta experience, celebration experience, and damn, huh?
Yes, good times had at all. Craziness abounds. You should see, like, without the immersive background, my space of like swag and pops and crazy.
But he doesn't collect pops, does he, Jeff?
I don't collect pops, you son of a whatever.
Yes, a bantha.
Yeah,
Collects pop.
son of a bantha.
Ooh, that sounds like a new shirt.
Ooh, yeah. Mhm.
But very excited to be back. The three amigos are back together, which is absolutely awesome. Love it when the three of us do shows together. But yeah, so just gearing up for some stuff. Doing Novo. Did anybody see the Krennic outfit? Oh my god.
Did you? Oh, yeah. See,
I
you
posted
did.
it to the group.
We saw it live.
And how it's tasty.
We might have licked it.
Oh, so that means it's yours, right?
That's right. If you
How
lick
do you
it,
claim ownership?
Mark just has to ship that to us.
No, that was pretty awesome. The San Diego Comic-Con pops are pretty cool, especially the Flock Chrysanthemum, which is very nice, especially with Carrie Jones hitting the con circuit pretty heavy.
And I thought it was really cool that they really have gone and they've made a chrysanthemum pop instead of just a Chewbacca.
Yeah, right.
They did
awesome.
the work.
Not gonna live.
It's about time that they did that, which is absolutely fantastic. So a lot of good stuff. They released a $450 HasLab for Riva's saber. I can't justify that.
Tessa did a piece on that one from the show floor at Celebration with the prototype they had there, and yeah, it's like it's a nice double-bladed saber. It's got a trippy hilt, but
yeah,
I haven't actually even looked at the HasLab for that because I knew that the funding not so much. Does it automatically spin? Can you just hold it and helicopter?
No, it's gonna be like John Cena's belt that you have to spin it like that.
yeah, I don't think they added that part.
Yeah. Sabine's helmet looks absolutely incredible. Mark actually gave us a really nice talk about it on the Rebel show this past Monday. Rebel show is seriously killing it every Monday night. The two of them are doing such a fantastic job. That show is a lot of fun to watch. If you have not watched it yet, I think, Jeff, they're starting their first watch along this week with Sparks of Rebellion.
Yeah, this Monday will be the first watch along of the first 2 episodes of the series, and it'll be cool to hear their takes on things. And it'll be like this, but with Rebels, and it'll be Ashley and Mark, and they're huge Rebels fans, so it'll be very informative, I think. And if you haven't watched the show, it's a good introduction. Good way to come in and see some episodes and get some more insight that you might not get otherwise.
I will say I did have fun watching it, but also the fact that like I know you're producing, Jeff, but you, me, and Dave being able to cause some shenanigans in the chat was actually pretty cool for a change.
I told you when they started that I was looking forward to not being on camera so I could be typey.
Yeah. David O'Neill had an interesting greeting for Ewan McGregor. Dave O'Neill turned to ultimate fangirl and blew the spot. But still, that's still a pretty tasty figure you got there.
I'll have our moments, so that's Dave's.
That was my moment. That happened. I'm not saying it won't happen again, but
yeah. And this weekend, I believe, is a Unifying Force, or is it Jedi Archives? I'm still
on Jedi Archives this weekend. Unifying Force was last weekend.
So what's the subject this week?
So it was last weekend. This was Jedi Archives.
Okay. Okay.
So Unifying Force was last weekend, and we did our Celebration Anaheim.
I watched that.
It was a great episode.
It was a very good episode.
A Celebration Europe preview, because we have a host who is a Londoner, and we will do more of that as the things go on. And we ran long. We went over, I don't know, about a half an hour really to talk about and make predictions, which we're already wrong, about Kenobi, the last
so you've seen this episode? Is that what you're saying? You're not going?
I have seen this episode.
Going in
blind. Okay, ahead of time.
Let's just cut to the chase. I know we got a lot of great stuff coming on, and I also want to plug the fact that in the next 2 weeks, the first intergalactic news desk for 2023 will go live with myself and Gary from Ireland to discuss what you should start to do to prepare to go to Europe for Celebration. So we're hitting that hard and heavy right now at 10 months out. But let's go. Okay, we got 12 people in the room, but I don't care if I'm going to curse right now. This episode, holy shit!
Yeah,
holy shit!
Wow,
wow. To me, the episode that Dave Filoni filmed for Fett was probably one of the, I think, the best pieces of Star Wars in God knows how long. This rivals it. This episode absolutely rivals it. And that episode was fantastic when you had Luke and Ahsoka and you were hammering the character. But this episode is just like, oh my freaking God.
For just like space battle, I will give this a tie right now with badass dad bod Boba Fett back and firing the knee.
Really?
I mean, like firing the knee rockets was a thing.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool. That review was amazing, having never seen it.
Well, I mean, those sections were great, but I'm talking about a full-fledged episode.
The whole episode, so intense.
Yeah.
But this is absolutely incredible. We're not going to talk too much about it, but it's such a great episode. Everybody's saying Deborah Chow. Deborah Chow and Bryce, can do no wrong in my book. I mean, that's
Bryce
Dallas Howard.
The Twits.
But Bryce for the Institutes can do no wrong. Sorry, Scooby. No, Bryce Dallas Howard can do no wrong. So
did you see Jurassic World? Oh wait, I'm sorry.
I did see it. I did see I saw Jurassic World, but I didn't see Top Gun, and yet Dave decides to text me something from today from TikTok. And I was like, I can't watch it yet. I can't watch it yet.
I gave you a spoiler warning.
I know you did. So also, I wanted to plug the fact that we did a poll earlier on that we are going to do a limited edition virtual Cantina hockey jersey for the winter for this year. It's the guy saw the prototype, and it's very nice. It can be customizable, so you'll be able to choose your number from 00 to 99. Also, there'll be an option if you want to add your name to it. But it's going to be awesome if you're going to any of those fall or winter cons and looking for a long sleeve shirt rather than a racer. Not that our racers are not gorgeous, but something new. So keep that in mind. Look out for it. We got enough interest to warrant us to do a run, which is incredible. Which is great. It is going to be a little bit costly, but it's going to be worth it because it's going to be the actual materials that hockey jerseys are made of and stitching on it as well. So, it's a good, good piece. And then we're planning our Celebration London shirt right now, which is going to be very London centric, which is going to be very, very, very England centric. Let's just say that. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting. But don't forget, make sure that you have chapter 5 of Kenobi up on your D+. Also, they did announce today, next week, Multiverse of Madness will be on D+.
Well, that's even earlier than they said it was going to be.
Yeah, I saw it posted today. Because when I was going through my notifications, so that's awesome. And the Spider-Verse is actually going to D+ Europe in the next couple of weeks, which means that they're probably eventually going to be starting to move stuff over, which is pretty awesome.
Well, I saw a thing too today that the Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire episodes were going to be on.
Mm-hmm.
That they were going to add those.
So yeah, speaking of that Screaming of Kenobi, I saw the clip of it. But how awesome was Sam Witwer doing that whole speech on the Star Wars show stage?
Yeah.
Like he was even he stopped before he did the scream, and he was like his voice, he's like, my voice, like he looked like his voice was about to go before he did the scream, and he just went balls to the wall. I mean, did you see that live, or Dave, or did you see that on the screen?
No, I saw that on the replay. I was not in that area when that happened.
How about you, Hefe?
No, I was only around the live stage a few times, and that wasn't one of them. I need to spend more time over there in the future, though, because it's you get a lot of value out of what comes out on that stage.
The interview between you and Hayden with the crowd, with when Ewan would Anthony Cardano was like saying, "Ewan, stop," and Ewan was like completely going nuts with the crowd. I mean, I watched as many videos as I possibly could. Obviously, when I was over in Italy and here, because I was living vicariously through you guys. But there's some really good stuff, and it was also instead of Where's Waldo, instead of Where's Waldo, it was Where's Mike.
Where's Mike? Yeah.
Right. What shirt's Mike wearing today?
Yeah, so it's really like, okay, which show is Mike doing on? I was waiting for a kiss cam. That's how much Mike. That was how much Mike was on the screen.
No, because I was sitting next to Mike for most of the time. No.
And I love the fact, I have to say, is that obviously we have season 2 Bad Batch coming out, but I have to give props to the Beard Batch for not only their amazing picture with Omega,
Need to update that,
but also the life-size rendition from the family portrait, which was actually pretty hilarious. And I was thumbing through it, so I'm like, oh my god, that's awesome. Whose idea was that? That was your idea, Dave?
Who had the idea? I made it, but I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. We were probably just BSing in the cantina after happy hour one night or something.
No, I'm talking about at the family portrait because you guys did a live action of the April Puppeteer.
That. Yeah. That was we were breaking into groups. So they were doing like couples and families, and then we're like, we got to do Beard Batch, even though we'd already done Beard Batch. And then they're like, April, you got to come in and do your, Beard Batch Overlord thing. So
that's awesome.
It just sort of evolved.
And I also want to give quick congratulations to April's son Lance, who is very well loved member of our virtual Cantina family. Congratulations on your high school graduation.
Yes.
Congratulations
And
to
he
April
did
for.
so well at the award ceremony that we.
All right, he cleaned up.
Oh, absolutely.
Good.
Very cool.
And congratulations to April as well on another child graduating high school. That's pretty awesome. 2 down,
mom.
1 to go. April's actually a fantastic mom, so I give her mad props for that one. But yeah, we have 5 minutes right now, getting ready. Pardon me, for Kenobi, which is an absolutely incredible episode. It's Easter eggs abound. Like if you can't find Easter egg in this episode, then you've never watched Star Wars before. I gotta put it. It's kind of. Lance was a boss at Bunta. He kicked some serious ass. He almost kicked some serious ass too. So he almost went full Gaston on somebody. But no, I mean, good stuff. We got some great stuff happening around the Virtual Cantina Network. We're about to film another episode of that Star Wars Funko show, which we're going to concentrate on the new Obi-Wan Kenobi pops that were announced, as well as going through the lineup of past Obi-Wan pops of the character. So we're going to do
classic ones, because
correct.
Isn't one of those like a super rare one? Well, not
There
maybe
is
super rare, but super desired.
There is a super desired one, which is that $800 one that Mr. Notman decided to get signed to Celebration. But also they next week's coming out. They did a 3-piece of Duel of the Fates. So it's of the battle, which is pretty cool. So next week, actually, the Kenobi episode, the Kenobi piece actually ships. I just got charged for that one. But yes, so next week they announced 1.5-hour episode.
I thought it was like 93 minutes even beyond that.
Oh my God. Okay. So sorry, 1.5 hours.
Credits.
3 minutes. Yes. So that's gonna be pretty awesome. Maybe a visitor or two. I don't know. I'm still working on it. I'll know this weekend. But yes, full size episode, like movie style. Me, time wise, it's gonna be absolutely awesome. We have some things planned in the future. But a couple of things that we're also going to do that things that are available is that we probably will be watching the 20th anniversary panel from Attack of the Clones, which is available to watch, as well as the High Republic panel. So we'll probably add that into the rotation while we get some other things lined up, which would be great. People love reminiscing about Celebration. And watching, past panels and getting ready. We got 10 months. So we're going to keep the hype train going. We're going to keep the Celebration train going because that's what we do here. Very excited about that. We got 3 weeks, 3 minutes till the next episode. So I have to say this is that, on Thursday, after the opening panel, and I was thumbing through, I'm like, oh my god, and then I saw obviously the Duel of Fates choir. I'm like, that's incredible, and the hello there, but the Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones, and the first thing I did was, as soon as I read that, I texted Dave, and I'm like, Dave, did you cry? Because I know I would have. So I was like, okay, if I cried, Dave probably would have cried. Dave, was it Niagara Falls or?
I had already cried like 3 times before Harrison Ford came out. I mean, who are you kidding? They opened the thing with like a Carrie tribute. They were doing it to us on purpose.
Yes.
and Harrison getting choked up didn't help.
Yes.
So it was pretty intense. But that whole choir thing was pretty crazy to get like that thrown at us first.
Well, because you guys were down on the floor.
It was weird. I was like, what is this? Like I could see like over the top of
Smoke.
heads, all the red lit up faces and the smoke. Yeah. Because they were down on our level. They weren't up on us.
Oh, they were down on our level. So the maturity level is pretty low too.
Yeah,
No, but Yeah, no, but it's pretty great, and I'm proud of Dave and Skip, who have gone on our trips and been members of us. They're now Celebration veterans, so congratulations on that one.
Time.
He knows what not to do at Celebration, which is
Always
fantastic.
learning goes both ways. So
Yes, absolutely.
Never again the line to get in the floor. Show up late.
Yes, because if you show up 5 minutes late, you're gonna walk around to the floor because they're gonna cattle you right in there with a cattle prod. But yeah, everything's great. We got 16 people in. It's about 10 o'clock right now. So I'm really excited to watch this episode with you guys. So how do you guys? You guys queued up?
Yep. Let me get my earbuds in so I can hear the deal. Yeah, Josh, I did that too. I missed a lot of panels that I wanted to see because I was in line at the autograph hall. But the panels I did get to see, and even the ones that weren't on the main stage, were excellent. Really,
they usually do a pretty good job of curating what ends up being really good stuff.
Yep. Anyway, you guys ready?
I am.
Okay. Go in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello there.
I wish that was a saber instead.
Yeah.
There's certain scenes of this fictitious series that people might find upsetting. I have absolutely no idea what they're talking about.
I thought this was a documentary. I'm very disappointed now.
Yeah. Don't follow Skip on the floor. I don't even know what that means. Oh, we got to hear that one on Tuesday. I got to know.
So I have to say, not only just in this episode, but in the last episode, Ice-T Jr. was actually really good.
Ice Cube Jr.
There you go.
O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Yeah. Well, he was in Straight Outta Compton. He played his dad.
Yeah, exactly. He did a pretty good job of that.
Yeah.
He's done other stuff. He was in wasn't he in one of the Jurassic Park movies right after that? Or something?
Oh, Lila, if you hit skip recap, you're gonna be crazy off.
Too far ahead.
We'll tell you in a minute where we're back to when we're actually in the show and you can get where you need to be.
We're about to see the recap of Lola. Lola. But did you guys pre-order Lola?
Because nobody notices the red eyes on the droid and that's bad.
Yes. Well, you know what red eyes means? It means, somehow Palpatine returns. So
yeah, it means it's been translating a Sith inscription illegally.
Did anybody else notice in this entrance, Lola's now part of the?
We were talking about
There's
that last.
Several other ones. It's like they threw in a mouse.
I think Ned was in there, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think Ned was there. But a friend of the group, Dustin Sighthammer, I never can pronounce his name right, but he's a great guy. If you saw him on the floor, he was a big, tall, 6'8" drag Grogu.
What?
There's a lot of pictures of him on the floor. Okay, so first and foremost, I squealed when I saw this.
Oh yeah, it was nice.
First of all, now look at this whole scenario right here. They got to do this in the volume as opposed to last time they did this in a blue screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Lila, we're at 236.
But right here, you got the training room that the Padawans were training in episode 1 of Kenobi. Look at the circles. It's like the training circles right there, which is pretty awesome. I love seeing
like a real
Jesus.
Fencing thing.
I mean,
the
I love
Jedi
seeing
bullet
Jesus.
is amazing.
Yes. However, Hayden looks like Hayden now.
He's got too much here that's Hayden now instead of.
Right. They didn't fit him a little bit.
That was the first thing that my daughter came in and said. It's like, they're old. And I'm like,
Ewan, it's harder to tell. He can hide it.
Right. But Hayden, it was great to see Hayden. And from what I gathered from this, and I also watched Screen Crush and a couple of the other videos, is this is pre-clone. So he's got his arm still.
Yep, that was his human arm.
so they should have been like even like
Oh, she
earlier.
got a cool pin.
Yeah, there you go. Celebration swag.
Zombie, isn't that the genie from Pee Wee's Playhouse?
Pee-wee's Playhouse. Make it like a high, make it Chinese.
Well, Jabim is also on in Rebels.
I didn't think that was a new name. I thought I'd heard that name before, but I couldn't place it.
Yes, it was in Rebels.
They've been doing a lot of planet name dropping in this series. Okay.
And they named Koran in this one, which is an episode is someone from the EU as well. So it's kind of interesting.
Oh, it's always fun when they bring the EU into canon. I like that.
Yep.
I love that shot of them getting off that. It reminds me a lot of Rise of the Resistance when you get off in the hangar. There's not a bunch of stormtroopers.
Unless you're Skip, because then you have to exit a different.
You get escorted out the side door where you don't get to see the good stuff.
Yeah. I like his character a lot more in here than I did in the Eternals. I'll say that much.
Yeah, I
think both of them are
think-
too much Kumail and not enough whatever the character is.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like I don't think they needed to bring in a known actor for this. I think that would have been gone over better as somebody we didn't know, a new person.
It should have been Cal Penn.
Like again, it shouldn't have been like.
Could you imagine Kumar in Star Wars?
Bring in John Cho too.
Why
I
not?
mean, it'd been the same thing. Is like, why don't we? I don't know the real name of the guy that plays Rajesh on The Big Bang Theory. Let's bring him in just randomly.
Okay, did you notice in the hyperspace right here is the same kind of hyperspace in the Order 66 in the Clone Wars season 4 when Ahsoka is looking up there before Rex turns on her.
I saw
It is a very
side-by-side
different
comparison.
kind of hyperspace.
Like they did it. So I saw a comparison. They put a meme of both on top of each other, and it looked very, very close, which is kind of
basically
cool.
the same shot.
Yeah,
in that one, but I don't know how accurate that is. Sometimes people.
Mike said that character should have been him. I rather than the known actor name and what they were going to do, I'd watch that.
but Mike's an internet celebrity at this point, so I don't know
Mike
if that's
Mike is the fake Jedi. I'd watch that.
So they also broke down on Screen Crush a lot of the the different sayings that people do different, like Quinlan Voss signed it. There's "May the Force be with you" several times. I think Mike needs to go and translate everything that's on that wall, like screen cap it and translate it. What do you guys think?
Did they, like the scene that we're on right now, did they go and run down who's all sabers that were in the box?
No, but they did say that Grievous is salivating right now.
Yeah.
Screen Crush didn't have a good idea of who's
No.
they were.
Yeah, he tried. One of them did look like a Kenobi saber, though. One of them
Right.
did have the.
They vaguely
extension.
look like it's probably just like the random saber box that got raided or
Yeah.
something. So
Speaking of sabers, that Sidious legacy saber will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine.
it's Vader.
I like the fact right here. He just basically calls him Vader, like all the time. He's calling him Vader now. At this point, he's just like he's resolved.
Yeah, because he's gone.
He's moved. He doesn't want to refer to him as Anakin.
And this was a really nice transition to that flashback. It's like, how do you know this?
Well, they did that the entire episode. Which is the one thing I would say that okay, Mercy is not for the enemy. I was like, okay, mercies for the weak in this dojo or on the street. We do not. Like, I was like, okay, John Kreese. Like,
yeah. I've seen this week like a patch that's like Boba Fett and Cobra Kai mashup, but now we need like a Vader Cobra Kai mashup.
Mhm.
So the one thing that I was watching, because I watched the one of the videos, I watched the recaps that even Star Wars Theory does, and sometimes he's right on, sometimes he's not, but all these shows are. But the one thing was that this episode, he said those flashbacks should have started at like 2 or 3
Mhm.
as opposed to 5.
Right.
Yeah.
And
It kind of is like, it's
So
almost-
I wonder if they dialed it back and they cut it back because of the resistance to the flashbacks in Book of Boba Fett. Because people hated that. I didn't. I thought the flashbacks were some of the better parts of the show.
I agree.
one of the
Some
things that
people
was,
hated it.
the was it Ryan on Screen Crush was saying he didn't like the fact that there was like no present context where you would get some of that. But it was mostly, you'd see Boba in his Bacta tank, but they would, have things happening in the town or around that kind of related somewhat to what he had been dreaming about or whatever for the most part. But yeah, it was a weird kind of disconnect there.
So it's kind of interesting that so those might be forced.
Which one is it tonight?
Exactly. Which freeze? One. Take your pick.
It's got the side view. You need to take a screen cap of that.
But shooting at the door. Okay, the Purge Trooper is pretty awesome.
Right. It's a nice version of a, updated version of a trooper, style. This is kind of a weird standoff. This reminds me a lot of Last Jedi.
Yep.
Yeah, as it is the kind of thing where they bring in the heavy gun and they're getting ready to blast through the door.
But it's also reminiscent of Empire on Hoth a little bit.
Which they talked about in Screen Crush.
Specifically
Now,
that gun there, but yeah.
Yep.
I think it's taken out of it a little bit, but based on what she does later, which is why didn't she just do that to begin with?
Right. But again, that's like, why didn't, Vader in previous episodes just do X, Y, Z and, basically the show's over.
Well, she could have also been screaming, "More!"
There you go.
Yeah.
Shoot it some more. Anyways.
Or they could have just blown this sucker up from orbit and moved on about their life.
Again, yeah. We got to have the little scamp do some work for us.
Well, it's the same. Yeah, it's pretty much just like the same gun from season 1, chapter 8 with Gideon. I could see that.
Mhm. Yeah.
I gotta find that meme of that the guy who's with his girlfriend looking around at the other girl, but it's Star Wars fans is the guy, and Grogu is the his girlfriend, and young Leia is the new flavor.
Speaking of which, this is exactly a scene from The Mandalorian. Just say, nope, not that one, not that one, the red one. It's the
But she doesn't do much. She just sits up there and kind of does this a lot.
She does.
One thing I also want to give props to is that I've been watching the new Hulu season 3 of Orville, which is absolutely incredible. And first and foremost, now because it's a Star Wars, it's a Disney property, Seth MacFarlane's looking for something motivational to say, and he's like, "May the Force be with you."
Yes.
But also they give special thanks in every episode to Jon Favreau, who directed the pilot of season 1. But it's still pretty cool now that the Orville is under the Mouse House. So
I need to start watching that. I'm on like actual Star Trek at the moment. I'm watching.
Yeah. But you just noticed that Ewan's now starting to do the mustache twirl like Alec Guinness did.
It's probably very intentional.
Yeah, I mean he's doing very much to transition his character from the prequels to Alec Guinness's character. He's really
Definitely.
This story about Tala is heartbreaking.
yeah.
Didn't write everything. Said she was almost like an Oscar Schindler. So it was basically like hiding in plain sight, trying to help, but she had to do some terrible things in order to keep their cover.
It's kind of a thing.
It's interesting how she gives up her true self at that point to Reva. It's like, I'm a spy, but I'm a spy for you.
Yeah.
And then, anyways, in this one we get revelations.
Ah, that could be a shirt.
There's a list of those.
I don't understand why they're all like right there behind that door. Why shouldn't most of them be falling back farther away from wherever the bad guys?
Large explosions.
Yeah, that too. The danger, as it were.
So, so we've been guessing since episode 1 that the young Padawan was going to turn to be Reva. Were you like, okay, it's about time that you revealed that, or you kind of like, well, I wish it wasn't her, or?
Well, we knew. I think we knew for the most part. It wasn't that it was going to be possible. I think it was like that. It's going to be her, regardless. It's a matter of what we get out of her experience to put her to this point or whatever.
Right.
I think that would have been a weird misdirect had they not made it her.
Well, I like how he's calling her out on the whole Anakin thing. Because Vader would have had her killed if she like verbalized it anywhere else to anybody.
Yeah,
right.
She's the only one she can say that to.
Well, and I think that's really highly interesting I'm not going to say it yet, but what happens in the last few seconds of this is what is said. It's like, oh, well, yeah, he was just, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lila's like, so if most of the tunnel people are force sensitive, couldn't he have like kind of given them a little quick lesson like he did with Luke on the Falcon while they're in there? And it's like, maybe, but again, there's force sensitive and it takes years to master and manifest. We've seen him do these things with just a couple of hours, days with Luke, but Luke again was the chosen one.
So do you think that now that these scenes have been spliced in here, someone's going to take them and put them into that master video with like everything else from Order 66?
I'm sure somehow that'll get updated for sure.
So did she get hit? Did Anakin hit her, or did she just dodge and play dead?
Well,
That's what I didn't get.
She said she played dead and hid with the bodies.
Yeah.
Right, but I don't know whether or not, because she had that deer headlights type of look, so I didn't know whether or not he swung at her.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems that she was left for dead, along with the other struck down.
Yeah. Well, so there's
dead, yeah.
So there's still more to see.
Yeah, there's way more. I mean, there's in everything from that point to now, or when we met her, let's say.
It's like if you were there and you were left for dead. I mean, I get that what you're doing, what she's about to say that she's doing, or he's about to say. I get that, right. But what? How did you get into the Empire?
Mm-hmm. She was solo.
Oh, leave us solo.
That was actually one of the things that Ryan Aries did say is that one of those sabers might have been Barasathi's.
Oh yeah, that was a possibility too. Yeah, they weren't sure. Somebody that has, well, we'll see. I like how Roken has a bowcaster.
Yeah, but how about this? Once again, this is a prequel type thing, and a saber goes through a crap load of metal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Once again, as we talked about when we watched Phantom Menace, that it really hasn't happened again since.
Should see that a lot more often. But well,
and it did make a little bit of a more sense because it didn't slice the big heavy blast door. It just went in between and sliced the little.
Well, because they shot it a couple of times, so it was kind of worn
Yeah.
at that, you know.
And yeah, it cut the brace more than the door.
Lila's suggesting that she has like a little light near her stomach, so maybe she has a robotic gut like Finnick does. That she got, stomach stabbed and.
Well,
don't know.
They had the different Inquisitors have different light placement. It's weird. So I wonder if they had to use 501st members again for this large stormtrooper scene like they did on Mando.
I don't know, or by this point they may have just, it's big enough and popular enough that they've got that many stormtroopers.
I would hope so. Yeah, I would hope so. That should be the ideal answers. Yes.
But that's an awful lot of people that can be credited and that we'll see at cons and this and that eventually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because everybody's gonna want that full scene, signed and everything of that nature. So.
Ooh, owie. It's interesting how a loader droid can wield a weapon so readily.
Right.
That's after I watched this episode, I texted Dustin and I'm like, damn, I wish you were coming to talk with us today.
Oh, snap.
We got questions.
Yep.
But he's pretty heavy duty right there. He takes blaster power. Boom.
That's the problem with this part where
okay, so finally Ben starts, going on defensive, which is different from he's going to an Qui-Gon stance again, which is different from his original, kind of offensive prequel.
Yeah.
But here you got Ned basically standing in for K2SO, basically as a shield droid.
As long as he didn't fall on her, because that thing is huge.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Okay. That's awesome that she's got a thermal detonator.
Yeah.
That is a rock. You made a clicking sound.
Get back. Oh, snap doodle.
In the back of your Oh.
Julia, we are at 21:58 right now.
I'm a little bit behind that.
There's a lot of good in this episode, particularly, and some of the other ones too. Like emotive Ewan face close-ups. It's like a lot of him just.
I love the fact that they both know each other so well that he's like, okay, this is good. I know this is going to happen. He's predictable and he's predictable.
Yeah.
They were both generals in the Grand Army. They know strategy and each other. So
okay,
well.
I love the fact that he's about to do his back twirly that he did in the prequels, which is pretty awesome.
Mm.
Try spinning. That's a good trick.
It's
always it.
Well, Lenny's like anyone else see Vader smashing down on Obi-Wan like he was on Luke right before he
Oh,
comes
yeah,
in. It's like
totally.
yeah, it's very similar choreography there.
They talked about that on Screen Crush as well. They did a screen side by side comparison.
It happened here first.
There you go.
Stop telling people that.
They do a good job of getting stuff out really fast on that show.
Honestly, I try to watch before we do our shows, so I can try to get as many like Easter eggs ideas, so I can just throw them into our show. Like,
yeah,
what's wrong with this little hologram thing? How it's got like a limp little.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's like slightly broken or something. I don't know.
I think it gets more broken as time goes on, but we'll see. Spoiler alert, maybe. I don't know. See, what has she done while she's been up there for the last 10 years?
She's done nothing. She's just kind of sitting there
been doing this a lot, like trying to get around those wires. And then finally
red droid.
She's looking for something red, right? When you see the red droid.
Well, yeah, but also with the Grogu, then we're trying to plug that thing in, put it in the right slot, when it gets electrocuted. But also look at young Anakin, in the in Watto's shop. He was able to fix things, he was able to do stuff. So the Skywalkers know how to tinker.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently not Leia.
It takes her a little longer. Anyways, she gets it. Wait, spoiler alert. Sorry.
Well, if you think about also when she's trying to fix the Falcon and Empire, she's having a little bit of problems in that kissing corner on the show before. I love him. He's like, no, I'm bringing him to you.
Yeah, I know that it's like, it's not what's going down. There's an expansive hangar type, whatever docking area, whatever you want to call that they're in right now.
So are they just outside, or are they back in the like canyon outside the door?
This is the one outside the front, right? Yeah, okay.
I think you're just outside.
The other one has the closing top. This one doesn't.
Yeah, because see, there's their ship.
Yeah.
That was one of the things I would have liked to have seen more of, like when they're on Crate, when they finally, I was hoping for more rebels inside the cavern. I mean, I understand they're trying to get enough people that would look, make the Falcon later on look full per se, but I would have liked to have seen like the amount of people that they have like right there, in the
yeah, see.
There it is. There's the spinny move.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I got it. No.
Take out a kneecap. Wow, that was badass. I like that move.
And he's just looking at him like, what? I just beat you. Your need for victory blinds you? What? No, I just took you out. I do think
nothing on the
I want to know who's in the suit here, because this bothers me. They could have added another 10 or 15 seconds to the show to have him have that Imperial March cadence and slow. He didn't need to run up there.
He's bouncy too when he's walking. He's not walking like in a smooth Vader.
He's still set on the clunky. I know it's 10 years, but he's still trying to get used to his legs. But from what I've heard, is that when they do the wide shots, it's Demetrius, because they wanted to get it because he's taller than Hayden is.
Right.
When they do the close-up ones or the faraway walking ones, it is Hayden in the suit.
Then obviously everything that doesn't have a mask on, but this is great.
He's just too quick. He just needs. And I understand that they're making him faster because he's younger. He's not all as broken down or whatever. But he needs some Vader stride.
Mhm.
By Zine, gets the red out.
Or removing the restraining bolt, but that was one of them evil Sith restraining bolts as opposed to just a normal restraining bolt.
Yeah, that was a little
Yes.
easy, but whatever.
That was the crusty doll with the switch from evil to good.
Right.
Beep.
I love you. No, see, like drops the most important thing and just like whatever.
Yeah.
This had a complete feel of Hoth with Vader walking down the shelled out hallways.
Oh, and then this was just all poof.
Oh, this bugged me a little bit.
Okay,
bit.
so well, this
But-
is Force Unleashed initially.
Oh yeah, totally.
I mean, you could. I know the newer fans will say, "Oh my God, Rey," kind of, but this is definitely Force
Right.
Unleashed.
Force Unleashed for sure. Long before Rey and Krylo.
Yeah.
But
So where was the other ship hiding?
you can sort of see it in the background if you were watching right there.
Okay.
There it goes. That's where it was. It was just tucked away like nonchalant. And I think at one point earlier on, you see both of them land or two.
Yeah,
two
you saw two land initially.
But it bugged me at first when I saw that because it was the stupid same. I love this, so amazing.
Yeah.
I love it bugged me because it was too reminiscent of that move they did in that other movie thing, and except for the blowing up part,
Yeah.
was different.
Well, I love how the misdirection in the one with the ships becomes the Mike and
Catherine.
But like misdirection in one, and then Obi-Wan the misdirection in the other, and steals the saber. Is like they do.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Parallels. That's true. But who was on that ship? Was there anyone piloting it that ended up getting jacked up by Vader right there?
Yeah, they don't say. I mean, maybe they made a droid do it. Maybe
it was Holdo.
But too soon.
So this is pretty cool. How he's toying with her. He's basically doing everything that Obi-Wan did to him.
But see, this just bugged me too. I know it's what you got to do for the plot, but why didn't she attack him 30 seconds earlier when he's like pulling the entire ship?
Yeah, when his mind,
she could have got him.
Thoughts were elsewhere. Yeah,
but it's interesting how he's doing his capoeira.
They're both kind of doing capoeira.
Yeah.
I want to see her fly away with that.
Anything.
Slow down. I actually like this when he did this and handing her.
Yeah, just giving her the blade. It's like, okay, let's go.
Well, Scooby, do we think that Palpatine will show up sometime? Well, Ian kind of alluded to that, before Celebration. Somehow
he might return.
Ooh.
So I liked a little bit of like he wants. He's just not giving a crap. Like he's like, I know I can get her at any time. I'm gonna have fun with this. Like it's a cat with a mouse,
Toying with her for sure. Give him something to do while do it.
Okay. Did someone want him to completely Dooku her?
I thought that was coming actually. Very much so.
No.
I didn't necessarily want it. Well, but
I was thinking either that or also, like very much Ahsoka with the two sabers,
So I think looking at that scene again and watching it is he totally shanked her before? Is like you're seeing the glow in his face and her, and then they're intercutting with what he's doing now. I think he did the same thing.
Well,
that was another thing that they mentioned on that show is that they did such a I didn't see it, youngling, is the glow of the saber over and this and the volume around his outfit, whereas it was flat matte in the original movies.
Yeah, they couldn't rotoscope that in. That would have been. Yeah, I love this reveal.
And second stomach. There you go.
I felt eliminating this character second episode was a bit of a waste.
Right,
Right.
but especially when they said that is same Grand Inquisitor. I mean,
Right.
unless there's another force sensitive Upatarian that has the same face tattoos.
Cowan, yeah.
Upatarian? Are you making up Star Wars religions now?
They're called-
Upa Presbyterian?
Upish.
Upish.
I'm excited to meet Rupert at Rhode Island Comic Con this year.
Okay, now this was very un-Vader. Okay, he snapped the necks of like random people in the
Yeah.
street
And kids,
he
and
leaves
kids.
her alive.
Just with a skewer wound.
Yeah, it's like
Every
He
time
opened
I
up old wounds.
when I saw that one, first time when I saw her do it to the Grand Inquisitor, I'm like, okay, now you just go straight up.
Yep.
Don't pull out. You go straight up. And then I'm like, okay, now Vader, you go straight up, or you go to the side, you go up, down, and do something. Cut that. Don't just leave the skewer mark.
Right.
And then
I love this part when she hears the comm and
Right.
she's sort of like, son of a bitch, I knew it from day one. Like I was right there. I
her
had
will
him.
to live is restored here.
Yeah. And the big thing here is what's gonna happen with this? What's gonna happen with her is she gonna stay all evil for one thing? Are they going to try and give her a redemption arc? I mean, I don't know if we can make this bad of a bad guy good.
But when she hears Owen, she's like, I freaking knew it.
Yeah.
She's like, I talked to that guy. I knew I should have killed him and his family. Could have stopped this early. Because she did threaten.
Yep. And then the Hyper J motivator is broken. That sounds familiar.
Parts is parts.
Yep. But this one scene right here, wouldn't it be cool if you saw a green glow over Luke and it's Owen with a green lightsaber?
No.
Wrong movie.
Nope. And then he blows the roof off that wait. No.
Luke, no. That was a cool practical effect. So yes, this episode was the bomb diggity. Like I was literally, I mean, I've really enjoyed the series, but this episode, like I said, was the one episode of like the other of Fett that just like I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. But even more so with this one because of the flashback scenes and seeing Hayden actually as Hayden, just like I mean, I don't know, Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah, it was very. I mean, the different levels of flashback too. Like you saw the Order 66 Hayden again, and you saw the pre still Padawan Hayden earlier, and actually multiple times, which was very cool. That whole sparring scene was one of my favorites in this thing. But and then obviously Vader, or this earlier version of Vader, and him doing Vader things, which is very cool, except for he was moving a little too fast, according to that guy. Anyways, it was very. I loved how it kind of just is over. Like it's like, how did that episode just end? Where it's like there was so much going on, but it just seems like it went by so fast.
Yep. Dave.
So Alani's asking in the chat is like, doesn't understand why Reva needs Obi-Wan to get to Vader. And I want to kind of answer that and what I think of it. And it's like, maybe she still has hope for like escaping this after just killing Vader. Because I mean, she can't walk up to him on the Star Destroyer and just
Shank him,
stab him and expect to live. You know, if she uses Obi-Wan to lure him out, and you know, I don't know if she knows or thinks or that how emotionally compromised he would be by that. I mean, she knows that he's Obi-Wan's Padawan. So, you know, maybe she's relying on that to sort of like kind of get away with it. And yeah, Julia is saying, I seriously hope they do a second season. I want to see it end. I mean, I'd love to see more, but I don't want to see them just push it and put out some crap.
Well, I mean, if it's an hour and a half, which I'm hearing it is, they'll get a lot of crap done. You know, in an hour and a half, because they need at least another 2 episodes to there's so much, you know, there, because you obviously have to get Leia back to Alderaan, and you have to get, you know, make sure that Luke is, you know.
Yeah, but I just want to know is, will we get more of this? Is this going to be somewhat tied into the Filoniverse? You know, will we see after effects of some of this stuff in something else? Will we see some flashbacks in an Ahsoka show? I mean, there's rumors at this point of getting, and they're just rumors. Just don't anybody quote me on this. Rumors of the level of popularity of doing like a Reva show or a Vader show.
I don't think there's a need for personally. I mean, this is just me to speak out loud. I don't think there's a need for either one of those shows, because Reva, I just don't think that. This is just my own opinion. And she's a fantastic actress, and she's doing a phenomenal job. I'm not taking any away from Moses at all. I don't know, but I think that they're going there. Is there enough intrigue to see from a youngling to how she became? I don't know. I mean, to me, that's a comic book or a book.
So I would have liked to have seen, and I thought we were going to get more of it after we saw the first Jedi that they were hunting on Tatooine. Is how many younglings were there in that scene? I was thinking maybe all of that whole group survived, and we start getting stories, or that they were going to pop in at different places.
But when she sacrificed her friend that was stuck in the Jurassic Park Amber.
Right. Yeah. So that's what I thought initially, like in the first time we watched it at Celebration, as I was thinking maybe we would get that, but I think we've kind of gone beyond that.
Right. So I'm not quite sure. And Vader, I mean, I don't think I need a Vader show. I mean, I like seeing snippets of him in his badass form, and I love seeing snippets of him, you know, as Anakin. So, you know, if we get some of that in Ahsoka as well, why not? I mean, they say rumor has it the hate is going to be in Ahsoka as well, which would be incredible if we can try to get some Clone Wars something.
Yeah,
I know. I'm loving what we're seeing. I'm very happy. Got a lot of good Star Wars going on. I think Kira had some Force sensitivity. She had great reflexes. So we'll see. Anyway, pardon me. Thank you very much for coming out with us tonight. Incredible episode. Looking forward to next week. If we have a guest, we'll let you know as soon as possible. Probably by next Wednesday, we'll know, you know, for you guys, obviously. But before we close out tonight, Jeff, anything you want to say?
No, just look forward to that final episode and hope we get a satisfying sort of outcome. I hope they didn't
Yeah,
change things too much when when they knew they were going to go into a new season possibly or whatever I've heard. But anyways, hopefully it's very, like you said, if it's an hour and a half, it's going to be amazing regardless, I think. But it would be nice to have things sort of wrapped up properly and not weirdly hanging.
yes. Hopefully they'll stick to landing. Dave.
Yeah, is I look forward. I mean, show up for the watch along of episode 6 next week, and show up the Sunday following that for our unifying force kind of wrap up of all things Kenobi, where we see how wrong that we've been and we see how wrong that we can be more. Maybe there might be some kernels of things that we thought that could happen, and how all of these things tie into how Kenobi was in the prequels and how Kenobi is in the original trilogy, and I think they've done a good start at kind of merging the two performances, and I hope that continues in the wrap up of the next week.
Absolutely. So that's pretty much for right now, but thank you very much everybody for joining us tonight. Love you all. Look forward to seeing you over the week. Don't forget Tuesday as we get ready for the finale of Kenobi and all that jazz. So from Hefe, from Dave, may the force be with you.
May the force be with you all.
This is the way. Let's end that. And then let's end this.